Amori matake wautiano matin ajuli kaneno logange mo OCWINY ichia bichelman ania sande AKUMU hongwa chakenen wi madiro kitmeniro dujo.
At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long.
Anti-economy.
I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
Afoyori ni dore tin chia bichel ni de piara de kemedemi abongweno oya gikimedwe ichia bichel doke logange makibero doge kedir mauromo i Wan Luo television anwe botin ania sande AKUMU committee chawario motieno Mwaka dulmen New Vision chloreme don lo bikelo yub men yer lo fwen mabejo lo Uganda magitute matek milo marome fwen kabel magin kitiye ndawe kenjo makiboro nyingi mwaka mana yeti Isaac Komony matila wilo fwen me agole primary school gangwan mati pabo town council manya Moro district la fony omonyi tiyo ke gume ngom magiti kwere me pieto chama bub kidong bene man ke pier klotiano kwane gangwan wa gwakten kwan mapol wa kaduki peny oyope mabeto to alekin lotiano kwan magiti pen magiki me primary I Uganda ikin gai kwan magaya gole titimo ikin peny madonge timo be loyo lotiano kwan ke karu mamalo pichama ke miyo bidiching bor lotiano kwan magiti gangwan ni enim la George Wan Luo television ni Jonesa ni uchagachon ole magangwan agole primary school ka lo kilofone kilo tiano kwan wakilo nyor megang kwan man ikom tute palafony Isaac Komony matile ulofonye megang kwan agole watiki report man matute pe inkan
Ilufonye ilubachuli futigien mapire tek bod dano duchu meneno ni kwan oberu mabe ilubachuli manu wego lufonye mukene mapul gitika tute me ilu lok me fonye ikaberugi agole primary school tiki lutiano aliwario ki pier dek wi angwen dok lutiano man chamo igang kwan Isaac Komony entila wilu fonye otierni gitiyu ka chel kilo nyodo metielo ko cham igang kwan palutiano wek o ilok me fonye
One Machalo School, waye ni miaro wayebu kana kiloni demonstration gardens. No demonstration garden anoni wawego school yabu por school lago wen chi wa poro clubs mapapat. Era ki managing specific por money anoni. So kagi managing por anoni we have vesting Jamie Wang konyo me educero me school feeding program. Ciao ma logo ni watiki ekas marama dek ma was specializing wa pero ya nyogi and nyogi manang watimo harvest donc tie chop don kilo alivario mia beach ane anone cha mo kana konyo clubs mo kana chalo lo tera nyera mo kana gipere wa ke sanitary pads cha kana lo nyori pero providing is sanitary pads and products mo kana gen ke charro konyo gi me wilo en jim rat kinga ke clubs makini mano pat ke konyo no school konyo ikwede so agriculture ti konyo wa yo maduong an lo tera me tika tikere me cham an cha ma logo ni lo tiano ma chamo I school tie lo tiano ali bachel kimia rio
school man baro pikwan palo tiana nyera we ogitika tute yo duchu neno ni umiero guberi gang kwan atiki Rose Adok mati senior woman teacher ya gole primary school
Usable kinana usable makai ne anya mo ile chaka tora chi wanwa yan po wa jige no peku beki luor mai kan kum lu fonye ma mon gi ma cho ngan mai kan ni no che gore che wa yan direct yan che wa mi ne pas yan ti ni kar cha ni ma pas fu pe ni Nyar en ka rem mo ni cha ni ka rem cha ka piro cha no cha ke ni bela nyuru pe ka mai kan me supporting in la tian no beru gang. So e beru gang e oni at the end of it no la tian wa performance ma make it balance. But nowadays parts don't tian no bion ni a ka che school go me ni wa school tikere. So the tian no bion ma duata nyar duata gang kwang do. Nor be pa reasonable parts ma wa ta me go tian nyar.
O miyo gino.
O me gino. Example ka bion chal tian e kwanyo nyige. Mi u jako biko mi u tian ni gari o mo anu tian la chi de ke u gang anyu do me ko am ke ni do me ke ni wo mi no.
Karibet kumeno William Uchaya won Kome School Management Committee ya Gole Primary School ya Moro District. Maironi chente magamente chwalo me UPE chukul nyuro kirma lim meno utiyu kwere bolu nyuro weko gitiki chwak ikom yupa school duchu.
Pola kare kenen chente me UPE utonya. Gina watimo school watiki finance committee. Ma gin bedo chiki goy budget. Manogo wil chende manoki chwale school. Kago goye ikum chende maki chwale ni weng percentage eno tie kid machalo no chende maki chwale mi ti kwere. Maduong chere kum jeni awila machalo bu. Ine goye ne weng chiki kelo in the committee. Owori wi ka owori wi chuo moko. Ikine ti mukene manoki goye karo ka no pipe pa chende orang wajib kau beru ko, bad banen mau bapi kita ni, yang wajib ada. Nyawa miu gua heti tiada no mier, kini ni kiri licin ni, kini cal buka kuana, kicoka kiri mukan. Then maluku kiri wajib kan bodu nyal pola kare wan miu, iji report kiri cal no cendol doni kiri, kiri cal ciling no, tiup kiri.
Be kakitielo ko lufonye wekgu magdok tiji metute matek mifonye luteno. Atiki Alex Bomin, senior male teacher ya Gole Primary School, tetiwa.
Eri tiyo gilo fonye ne mabe, kilo nyore dijo polkare, ngako ket gitam. Several times mbena delegating an, achuma machala teacher. Outside school, kenan training mongo tiye, chao kenan om. Like chay Taylor machine delegating an wangere my chuma machala teacher. Very restore leadership academy. The delegation Mer Polkare Lufonye very willing to perform the task.
And motivating Lufonye you managing.
Motivation para date duong. Then a pair attack my endong mara and a teamwork. Praising in Lufonye. Erkang at mono for again in temo. Young titani kara ni gap tie. You need to breach any motivation man mar matara. Foi you doggy. You very gym maternal chala welfare for Lufonye.
Be metie luko fonye we kwano bed mabe lo bacholi kwano kineno lutieno guberi gangkwan kakwan pi Wan Luo TV Jonisani uchara chon ya Moro District.
To kansa tikin to maneko dan mapol alip kia lip mwake mwaka Uganda ento la malupe kala partit mayot ko mepero mantino rotiano matino mapol loyo ikin karni enim imwaka chile ken to kansa marotian makaro aliba deke Uganda dak manti kilo luor mapol to alikin lutit mayot kom kidong luak mai Uganda Dr. Fadil Gariga gen ki Dr. Nachencha gotiero matut pingorotian mapol tino ngotuo kansa ikin kwa tu mokene mati Uganda geno logo matuti ko mapero man bot la church pa Wan Luo television man pat Robert la Ruby
Kenneth Nganda tero kit manyare me mwaga beach kino en kituo cancer
visited medical facilities continuously and the doctors kept telling us these are infections, but the infections did not seem to go away. And so we persisted and went thankfully to a good medical facility. We went to TMR in Nalia and insisted on running several tests. Her blood levels kept dropping every other day until they were worryingly low. And it is a TMR where we were given directions to come to the Uganda Cancer Institute. And when the tests were conducted, it was discovered that she had leukemia. But the telltale signs, like you asked specifically, were very high fevers and constant pain.
Gabriela Sanyu kino en kituo kansa miremo kun pikar mapol en obedo katuo matek total.
The diagnosis for anyone that has it is a very traumatizing experience. For a parent, it is a time where you experience heartbreak. This has been the most difficult journey, situation that we as parents have had to deal with. You watch your child's life deteriorate. And even if there is treatment with chemotherapy, when your child is sick as a parent, you're sick.
Tuo kansa ikindo tiyan matino tika dogo pego madit lobo Uganda kidong tinglo mapatpat. A report nyorni lotiano alibadek kinogi kituo kansa kun kinero mot lotiano alibachiel bini diot yat no tuo do diogi matek total.
Only detect a third of the cases we expect to detect. And again, more unfortunate that of the third that we get, we still get them many times in advanced stage 3 and stage 4. And that greatly contributes to why our survival of the children are actually not very good.
Dr. Fadil Galiga maloyo otiat nyonero lokom lotino otira matut kit makansa palotino tekanya kwede.
The distribution of children cancer is actually the same. So in Uganda, the commonest cancer we see is cancer of the blood, which is called leukemia. We do see cancer of the lymph nodes called lymphomas. We see cancers of the muscles called soft tissue sarcomas. We see cancer of the kidney called nephroblastoma. We do see cancer of the brain, which of various types, and some other more rarer types that we see, including bone, including skin, including the eye.
A report ma ki dulmi Cancer Institute nyorni mwagalibario ki pirario wiario lotiano Mia Beach kinogi kituo kansa manyen kadoe mwagalibario ki pirario wiadek na mano chero malo ki Mia Chiel man nyorni lotiano Mia Bichiel kinogi kituo man. Kaito chora ye inoni lotiano Pira Beach kinogi kituo kansa due kidwe. Dr. Tikilor kun giwajini tuo man tikamete makenero mort kina mamwaga eni tumkwede no lutino matiki tuo man o airwave lutino Mia Bero. Dr. Nyoro Luorgi kun wajini tuo tikameta meda mabenegitiki nero ni gwakini mamwaga eni tumkwede no lutino makaro Mia Bero no tuo man kitma Rose Nankinga wajukwede.
Long time ago, people never thought cancer in children was real. It was more attributed to a woman's family background, maybe it is witchcraft and all that. So with time we have realized that the trends of cancer in children are going higher. So we look at the COVID era where our numbers went down to around 400 because of the transport and all that. That was a challenge for our attendants or caretakers to bring the kids here.
Mapat ke kansa mamagojo modero ke wachi polkare maaki chamaraj manogen ge chamo. Dr. Nancha wachi polpa kansa mabieno magoloteno picking a young makelo.
Children, I'll repeat and emphasize that the cause of cancer in children is unknown, what we call idiopathic. We don't know what the cause is because they are born as innocent as you can imagine every child should be. So all of a sudden they develop these cancers. Though there are very few types of cancers like that of the eye, it runs in families, so normally we try to investigate all the other children in the family. But the biggest statement I can make is the cause is unknown. It just happens. Then all of a sudden someone is cleaning their baby and they notice a swelling. It's not like adults who have risk factors like smoking or alcohol. So children have not been doing any of these. So what caused their cancer? That is something we can't explain.
Dr. Geriga omete kon wajani polkare kakino lotieno kikitiwo man miro kichet kiyang kitim chemotherapy, radiotherapy, ikinji mokene matino.
All the three are used at the same time. There are some cancers, especially cancer of the blood, can actually be cured only using the drugs, chemotherapy alone. But for all the solid tumors, cancer of the bone, cancer of the kidney, cancer of the brain, cancer of the muscles, then they have to use them in combination, either chemotherapy together with the surgery or chemotherapy with the radiation, or all the three to be put together. So for chemotherapy, I said that we have to first see whether the side effect is a predictable one or non-predictable one. So if it's a predictable side effect, then we have a lot of things we do to prevent them from occurring. However, there's some unpredictable side effect that can occur. Somebody can just have a reaction with a drug, itching everywhere and so forth, convulsing suddenly, and this is not a regularly documented side effect. So for those particular unpredictable side effects, what we do is that we have emergency preparedness to respond to them in case they occur. But for the ones which you can predict, then we give interventions to block them from occurring before we give the treatment.
Kari bene kumeno kiwachi polka lotieno magati yat kono gitika nongo yat kansa yelo wigi matek total koni noni balo adam wigi obene.
The cancer treatment can affect a child's life in several ways. It can start by the physical effect it has. You have to lose a part of your body. You have to develop wounds in the mouth. You can suffer a lot of infection while going through. That's the physical effect they have on you. And then there was also a lot of psychological effect that a child can go through when they are undergoing cancer treatment. Many times there's a stigma against them. People isolate the children, even within homes. When the child has cancer, they think it's a very special case. Don't feed him on this, don't let him play football, don't let him mix with others. So that tends to cause a lot of torture.
Kari bene kumeno ni lotieno no kikerogi yat mia monya kidong mapat Dr. Wajani polkare yat yelo ko palotieno matek total.
Growth and development children, if I can give an example of radiotherapy. If you give a strong radiotherapy to the brain of a child, that can affect the brain development of the child. And that is why we typically don't give radiotherapy to the head of children below 3 years, because that below 3 years is the active period of the growth of the brain. So we don't do that. Two, if they do radiation to the active growing parts of the body, including the joints, the long bone joints, then you find that actually that growth can be affected. So physically, the growth of a child can be affected because some of the modalities, especially radiotherapy, they actively destroy actively growing body parts.
Ento kiguma be malupe kilokpa Dr. Gariga en wanyani kansa ikin lutino Ramochang kalonyoro ngayo chon chikilargi kwede e ot yat.
Much as the children population here is approximately 10% of the total population in the hospital, but there is a soft landing for them. So all children issues move in with ease. So the preferential are given the opportunities. And that is because that we do know that children cancers are highly curable if you do the right thing at the right time. So when we have issues to deal with the delay in accessing treatment, we believe that a child, because the chance of cure is very, very high compared to an adult, then that child deserves to benefit first. By children who are actually undergoing cancer treatment, we have to put efforts to protect them against all infections, including malaria.
Polkare Dr. Magati Cancer Institute giyele matek total minene lutino chang ento bene kino kene lutino mokene luio kuno gito atura kira bene kumeno gen gibino karachiel gimiyo tek chwiny bod lutino mo kogo rweny kidong magatika lweny kituo man kun magi karo makom giyot gidok kwere gang kini chang kiluogi ni otera.
Years higher in this month, we put it out loud to the community out there that cancer in children is there and it's real, such that whoever has a child out there can have an opportunity to have the child screened or treated freely.
Report compiled by Agnes Chotalengerire for the news.
ANGEYA mochwenye Wan Luo TV makibiro dogo tian matini lokom yotkom anya pat Robert Larube.
Gamente melobo Uganda oyar yub makilwani Paris Development Model imwaka mokati Kichibuko District meyilo marompa nywele Uganda niyaki komchan mano getiki gene obokonyo dokpachi % pia daka bungwen mageti Uganda wegoa kono kichan godok jo magetiki limo manake chingini woke biachara kidong iyo mokene yub man meyole mkidana rome Paris doke Paris dujo merguno ngolo to chilling million 100 imwaka lim duju ki Lausa Bridgeon limano chaka oiching dano mapol dokatike geni obokonya matek rocho kabere man maluany pa elareo lanya matek doko wak rome chanti roma malditwal ikindano magiti Lausa Bridgeon kuno la George pa Wan Luo Television mansono mulokabo oberu kalima kabere mokene ki group makono lime Paris Development Model meneno alaga ngomo bino ingelongo liman kongwanen report man kiperetere dujo
Rome chan Lausa Bridgeon Uchung pasenti pirriobia dek ni ye pasenti a parwia bichel imo hatutumia rio kera parwia biro alubere kere report ame Uganda Bureau of Statistics UBOS uchwalo Lausa Bridgeon baratwak pingu chele ame tie tungmalo me Uganda udeno chana dot achala dugi me romo ikin government me Uganda kedu dui me the Lords Register Army LRA romo amotero chok mo hapira rio iyonge kuchiduoge lao gamente me Uganda ukatuke de yubapol melwenyi kumchan ikingi Northern Uganda Social Assistance Fund NUSAF etandikwa emioga Youth Livelihood Fund Uganda Women Entrepreneurship Program WEP ikin yubapol ento report chimoni yubamagi peoria mochan chantia meda Lausa Bridgeon imo hatutumia rio ipira rio rio Adung Globo, President Yoweri Museveni, odonyuke de Yuba me Parish Development Model PDM. Achali yorachel me kwanyichan, we woody pasente pira deku ya bongwen. Otedero, tieke de gen, ni chenteman, binuri ya muchan, ichel pilung, ilobolaung.
Ano bera chen ni kita mega mento konyo wakere ikom manaha mo beru chwalo kony bodjo an giro no panu eto ibe sa koni umiana timo umiana no da poga menta tek me konyo wa wanu te dero chen ni akelo dan lobo yorwa kombaran na maloki
ka umi chende ni eka ine to tikiri yora bera me keri tikora me romo nyaayo gi chende ni alisa ngeoni aloha ro beru tituri bien i chende ni kitana ngiyo kere ti jo kena mera no pero no kare miliona chiel kare pura
jo kena ti udwa puri chawani o wilo korri ti opero korri ti aber jamdu ti awara ni mago ti udwa business mago ti kere do kadang ame ti aber mago ti dang ti akonyo kreme chwolo tini kwan ame jo ame ti ngiyo kreme ti chende ni ayai komishena government omioni
akadi kono bedni utedero ojolo yubaman ichwila mekwa hoticha PDM tia lubere Geoffrey Alex ogwala diebo obedo gon koma bich mekwania
tek otor tia mo gam chente akar jwar yoko miro dwoko chen me rio te gam chente me pebiro dana me kanu committee me sako kere vetting committee will look for that person that will chen ka pe gine chuli kom gidang you're making statement in policy ma de kai beda teach me gam chente you know making statement in policy te dwoko chente to ter before reward and sanction
Imo halim arie pira rio dek gamente me Uganda ochwalo bilion abich kiratona rio me chuburu koro tedero iparisis pira ngwen wi abich ameti kwania otela me kwania otechwalo milion 100 keda biro iparisis magi alubere keda report chendeman tia wuodo chingjo ame pemiro nung chendeman dwera nok ame minichira ame buo berbeda mon kede cho betia moi yabo yubaman ikwania kitame ogwala diebo tirukede
me cher jo tia nyaro chende ni kitu tia tikere petia be jo cha koki wi wuru kaino gam chenda karo yar yo jo kaino gam chenda po bere jo me parish no new district kanu o ti chogo da ni gam chenda da nu ni atani piano winyu nu ti chora chela mo bere pon gam tida list me gam chenda chula wi o winyu nu ngara chelo gam chenda me gam chenda pe jo angwen
Hari Kwanga Richard Nun obedo resident district commissioner mekwania
we found out that people are interested in PDM.
they would have wished that more and more of them would have joined PDM. And I also found out that there are some faults which have been made. Some mistakes were made there and then. Some were, I think, intentional. Some were not intentional. But we found out that there are some people who have registered from different parishes in other parishes. Those ones we have taken them like ghost beneficiaries. And those who are liable for that are going to find a way of refunding back the money, refunding money to SACCO account, which I've also agreed. That is why we have instituted a desk in police at the Central Police Station in Kwania, CPS, especially to handle the PDM issue. And there's an officer who's in charge of that department to help us in this process of PDM. And we also have commitment forms by those people who could have given out money wrongly to other people to refund the money to the SACCO account, and the money will be given to other beneficiaries, the rightful beneficiaries of that area.
Ngomi otela me PDM SACCOs tiaga mochente iboto tedero mano beda peny ama chwala bodio magi
forms tuni cha me pongo beda tay ame cha okene trokel lidade okamema moronyo penyu ni karafumi ni ya pongo yeda teka bara business plan atade dong peramo so mero ngata ko dok tinge te konye so konye cha to mi ngata dok penyu kinoro amene opeti abe mi ara ko ne ka no gen mi wa ginoro we jwa ko di magino no ko du
tene me ko tie gani wan ne no wano tie ni wano ber jwa no tikede pa ju cha moro yi pa ju ne dano beru kede budget so I budget yi ko yisha ana tikene lorni dul jo gene romo we ko tich piana chalo tich beru gina ne dano kano ni te bando cha we gina moro kun pedi no gina berie berata tag da me beru ko ni abiniti gini piana ko ni ati gini ya den de ya da chi no so ka gin po budget yo me gini jo gin loro aneno ni ame dul jo gena me chingi gora ngwa we ko tich no
pe hadu no kene kano beru ko ko chente me mi wan woro be da yot kede mobilizing jo da be da yot sometimes wan be da me piu cham gino Bara tini ni anpa cham ginda pa marka dingino. You can imagine. But I have to be strong. Mira bida me akwa. Processing this thing, let me tell you, there was a time on Burakan, 2 nights processing this thing on the computer, profiling somebody, doing all those kind of things. When we were in terms of transport, subsistence, get allowance, made up teacher meet something like a take wrong for the time being. Teacher made them a water bear. They can increase because I understand guinea pig level.
Amuta meokwedo, pi Wan Luo Television, Ann Solomon Okabo, Ilan Sabrijon.
Karibet ni koro mudoro lengi kumalume Uganda mwaradong mapola ngej dana mapol makuwoke ching adwi elare futno getiki per mapole komgen mukene ondo benefit pe yaku dugu chen pajom ichabit man ni chiangwen ne dul monye ke UPDF kidong do tela mapolo bu Uganda oberi gume jolo ria yela kidong dan machango berlwen pa dul adwi elare make diara Congo gen piara bechelu ya chel ikin jomagi oberi cho apau ya beach mon apau yang wenkilotiano piada kwa yo mako beru kono chon iching adwi elare man wenga garebo dong doko dano mia chel perngana chel mai jologen ki ba dege entebe ni yaki diara Congo watike report man makiberu doge piyen ket mayobu war kweri chiangwen iba dege entebe Idul padano piara bichelu ya cheling at mo jolo wigi Uganda ayobero Prime Minister Man Right Honorable Robina Nabanja Ministers Lutela me achole parliamentary group kidong lukwakpe bero madon ite dul mon UPDF i old airport mati entebe Dulman kibikero gen karocho wikidong loko kwogi imijera kadongo bu Dr. Ngaberi kindano maikin pachi ikumalo melobo Uganda Right Honorable Robina Nabanja wani pira teknikamente okero chunye menene kikonyo ko joma kidok kikwo mayo meneno duju iyo maupore.
These are our sisters and brothers. They are our children. They are our grandchildren. They are going to be given all the support they need to live happily in their country. I want to assure you and our brothers who have come back that we shall do everything possible, like we have done for others. You know, some of you have been here longer than even us. The president has been at it, and I know he can never get tired. So we welcome you an open hands so that you can integrate and do development, develop yourself, develop the country. Uganda has moved.
Minister Pilokombe Bedo Kilumon Machon Honorable Vincent Bamulangaki Sempija Owani Mono Gament Tikon Kayuk Mapol Merocha Kwapa Jomagi Dak Bene Tikon Kayu Magit and Mijologin Meduguchen Pajo Ilobu Uganda. Yubman Konoweng Oworoki Konye Pal Gament Milobo Central African Republic Owen Guduguchen Pajo. Kano deo akiki omiyo kono ng'et manyien ni kom tutu medwara telapadu Elreman Joseph Kony kawani mono Uganda tikono katimo potor maliet Ilobo Central African Republic.
Members of the 4th Estate, we are here at Entebbe, Old Entebbe Air Base, basically to receive the last batch of the ex-combatants of the Lord's Resistance Army who have been staying in Central African Republic, to be very specific, in a place called Mboki. Before they were flown in here, they moved from Mboki and they came to Mbangaso, which is the place where they flew in up to Entebbe Airport. This is now the third and very last or final batch that is coming in from Central Africa. It is comprised of the LRA ex-fighters or ex-combatants. It is comprised of women. It is comprised of children.
Iken jomo duguchen pajo gen pier bichelwia cheleni oberu cho apawya beach mon apawya ngwen kedong lutino pier dekwe ario maweng dong wego dogo dano mie chel pier ngwen ya chel magduguchen nikiching adui elere kidiara Congo man oberu dul mario. Pelo gange mo chuin makibero doge Wan Luo Television Ania Sunday AKUMU. Afoya matek neno report meno kelwa ya gikimilo kange mochin makiberdoge chia bichel matin meneno dwe piara dek medjemia bongwen Ania Sunday AKUMU.